In this clip, we look at the grips for the Mongolian front اوچيماتا. Dashtavar says that the most important aspect of this technique is to get tight to your opponent. If he is fighting a left-handed opponent, the first thing he wants to do is remove their left arm and then close the distance. Using a cross grip, he catches the left sleeve. Then he takes a right armpit grip, and then an underhook with the left arm. These grips are particular favourites of the Mongolian fighters. Here it is from the opposite side. Cross grip catch of the sleeve. Right arm comes over your opponent's arm but catches under the armpit. And then the left arm underhooks. You are now tight and chest to chest with your opponent and ready to set up the front اوچيماتا. In this clip, we look at the hip movement and execution for the Mongolian front اوچيماتا. Dashtavar says that the most risky aspect to the front اوچيماتا is how you enter with the hips. If you enter incorrectly, you are prone to being countered with kosotogari. So it's important you turn your hips in towards your opponent as you start the throw. The idea is that you enter square on, but then swivel on your foot immediately in order to rotate the hips. So here's what not to do. First point of contact is chest to chest. Then comes the swivel, turning in towards your opponent and then rotating them onto their back. You must plant your foot firmly on the mat before pushing up onto the ball of your foot as you twist. So here's the swivel of the hips, in combination with the setup, entry and completion to the throw. When it all comes together, here it is in a competitive situation. Tight grips, low entry, upwards projection and rotation. In this clip, we look at the setup for the Mongolian front اوچيماتا. Once Dashtavar has closed the distance, the first thing he looks to do is grip the opponent's belt with both of his hands. He then gets the opponent moving by using the whole of his body. The first hand onto the belt is the right, then comes the left. He takes a small step into his opponent with his right foot, followed by a giant step back with the left. Critical at this point is entering low with the hips. Once he's turned his opponent, it's then upwards projection. Dashdavar drops his weight onto his opponent's left shoulder using his chin. He does this to stop his opponents from spinning out of the throw and escaping. This allows him to have full control of the movement. Dashdavar adds that you must never lose control of the grips. Always stay tight. This is about being chest to chest, staying tight, anchoring weight, entering low, and then lots of rotation and upwards projection. In this clip, we look at the underarm variation to the Mongolian front اوچيماتا. Dashdavar says that he can throw with the front اوچيماتا from lots of different scenarios and grips. His favourite alternative variation is from when his opponent throws their arm over his near shoulder. With the opponent looking to attack with what's commonly known as the Russian arm, Dashdavar uses an underarm variation of his front اوچيماتا as an immediate response. Here it is, step by step. This variation is about anticipation. As the opponent throws their arm, Dashdavar ducks underneath it and comes around to take a deep belt grip. His intention is to use the opponent's forward momentum from throwing their arm. So the direction of the throw is the direction in which the arm is thrown. As with the standard front اوچيماتا, the grips must be tight and the contact with the opponent very close. Using the armpit grip, he pulls in on the shoulder, which reduces the stability and balance of the opponent. So here it is in a competitive situation. It helps to know your opponent and the ones who like to use the Russian arm, because quick anticipation leads to what is essentially a very effective counterattack. The same principle of entering low, followed by upwards projection and rotation applies.